Hello everybody, my name's Nerdy Lover and welcome to another episode of our football betting series here on YouTube, World Cup Edition. In our most recent posting, we covered the, two selections from the first half of the round of 16. I did this basically because smushing all of our selections into one video would mean there was very short reaction time between viewing the video, deciding if you want to follow the bet or not, and then carrying that out. So a couple days later, we're here with the second half of the bracket. We do have a couple more selections for you. So without further ado, let's jump into things. In our first match, as a 24th ranked Japan play 12th ranked Croatia, and the Japanese have been one of the surprise packages of the tournament so far, actually topping Group E with wins against their higher ranked opposition in Spain and Germany. And also, maybe even equally surprising, losing 1-0 to poorly ranked Costa Rica. Japan averaged 1.3 goals per game from exactly 1.3 key chances created per 90. The XG is in line with this as well, 1.26. Defense is a little bit concerning as they have no clean sheets and average 1 goal against per game in their 3 matches. Japan are making their chances count, converting each time they manage to get a clear goal scoring chance. However, they're not creating beyond this scope. That could be quite worrying as they do play Croatia here, who finished runners-up to Morocco in their group and have dodged Spain in the round of 16. Croatia won a game and drew 2 and remained undefeated in their 3 group stage matches. And the Croats, as with the Japanese, average 1.3 goals per game, but the thing that they differ in is their chance creation. Croatia average 2.4 key chances per 90, an XG of 1.28, so they are creating a lot of chances but not taking all of them. However, it's best to have a chance and not need it than to need a chance and not be able to create it. The defense is also better than Japan, with 2 of their 3 games finishing as clean sheets, conceding just the 1 goal so far in the tournament for an average of 0.34 goals against. Croatia look the stronger of the 2 sides here, but you do have to wonder if their possession-based style of play could actually play into the hands of the Japanese counter-attack system. At any rate, I think we've laid out a decent footballing and statistical argument to back Croatia here in our first bet of the episode. Our second selection sees first-ranked Brazil playing 28th-ranked South Korea, and despite losing by 1-0 against Cameroon in the third and final group game, Brazil had already done the hard work, qualifying top of Group G. They did this by claiming wins against Serbia and the Swiss. The Brazilians have been maybe a little bit disappointing in front of goal, scoring just 3 goals in 3 games for an average of 1 goal per game. And this is despite creating 2.7 key chances per 90 with an XG of 1.9 goals per game. This shows us they really should be scoring more than they have done so far, as they are creating quite high quality opportunities. Defensively, Brazil have been pretty solid though. 2 of their 3 games had clean sheets, and they have only conceded 1 goal in the tournament so far, courtesy of Abubakar. Brazil will have to set things up against a top-notch South Korean side who have shown the neutrals that they will punish you for not putting your chances away, and we're looking at Portugal as a prime example there. The Republic of Korea have Hwang Hee-chang to thank for their qualification. His 92nd minute winner earlier today against the Portuguese saw the Koreans progress in place of Uruguay. Korea have a fairly balanced record of 1 win, 1 draw and 1 defeat, averaging 1.3 goals during this time from 2.2 key chances created per 90. Their XG is in line with their goals scored at 1.38. Defense is okay, but only okay. Again, that number pops up again, 1.3 goals against per 90, with 1/3 of their games finishing in clean sheets. And it's this defensive play that will need to be the focus of their game against Brazil. When we look at the head-to-head record, these sides have played each other 3 times since 2013, with Brazil winning by 10 goals to 1 on aggregate. I would like to really focus on the game played earlier this year, as this will give the most recent barometer of what to expect, really. In June, Brazil ran out 5-1 winners in a friendly match. Brazil had 21 shots to Korea's 4, 12 shots to Korea's 3 on target, and the Brazilians did secure the possession with 60% of the ball. Brazil are priced at about 1-3 or 1-4, so I can't see too much value in a straight-up Brazilian win here. However, I do like Brazil to win by 2 clear goals, and we're looking at minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap. This is priced at 1.8 on the exchange or 4-5 with conventional bookmaker odds, and I think it's well worth a full stake. Brazil 2-0 or 3-1 is pretty likely, as they cannot keep squandering their chances at their current rate without at least converting a couple of these chances and scoring some goals. One additional thing to point out to put this selection beyond all doubt is that Brazil have rested their entire first string of players in their final game. They're going to come into this game a lot more rested than the Republic of Korea, who are going to be feeling the fatigue in the Qatari heat. Brazil minus 1.5 on the Asian handicap in a single is our second selection. Rounding things up with our third and final selection, we have 9th ranked Portugal playing 15th ranked Switzerland in one of the tightest encounters of the round of 16. Portugal topped Group H despite losing their final game against the Republic of Korea. The Portuguese had an overall record of 2 wins, 0 draws and 1 defeat, and this was enough to see them through to the knockout stages. Over the course of their 3 games, they have averaged 2 goals per game from 2.7 key chances created per 90, with an XG of 1.3. An XG of 1.53. So how do we read into this? They are creating a lot of low-quality chances and actually scoring opportunities where they really don't have any right to. A prime example of this would be Bruno Fernandes's goal from a crossing position against Uruguay, the famous "Did Ronaldo head it in" goal. And that particular goal had a XG of 0.04. But it did end up counting as a goal. So that's kind of how we're reading into these key statistics here. The defence is a little bit of an issue for the Portuguese. They do average 1.3 goals against per game. This, as they have conceded 2 goals in 2/3 of their matches, and with just the 1 clean sheet against Uruguay. The Swiss saw off the Serbs in a challenge. The Swiss saw off the Serbs' challenge to win the game 3-2 and qualify second place in Group G. Switzerland averaged 1.3 goals per game, despite creating 3 goal-scoring chances per 90 with an XG of 1.37. So their stats read a little bit better than Portugal. They create more chances in general and score slightly less than their XG would indicate, whereas Portugal are overperforming on XG. We would expect a regression to the mean. The Swiss have a lot of room for improvement. Defensively, the Swiss are doing okay. 1 goal against per game, and 1 of their 3 games finishing as clean sheets, so they're not completely invulnerable at the back. When we look at the head-to-head record, these sides have played each other 3 times during this World Cup cycle, with Portugal winning 2 of the 3 matches. The Swiss have won the most recent encounter by 1-0, however. Across the 3 games, Portugal did edge the possession statistic at 54 compared to 46. They did outshoot their opposition 16-8, and when we look at shots on target, the Portuguese won that as well with 7 to Switzerland's 2. When we look at key chances created per 90, this is a little bit tighter, as the aforementioned XG statistics would suggest. Portugal did win that by 2.2 key chances created to Switzerland 1.6. So again, we have that theme of Portugal creating a lot of chances, but maybe not the highest quality in the world. But at the end of the day, they have got the win in 2 of their last 3. At 1.9 or 9/10 on conventional bookmakers odds, I think Portugal are nicely priced to take them to qualify. It's a tight game, but I believe they can get it done. Portugal to win in a single is going to wrap up our final selection of the round of 16. Thank you very much for watching today's episode. If you made it to this point in the video, please drop a like down below. My name's been Nerdy Lover, and as always, have yourself a lovely day.